I recently wrote a blog post titled Resilience, Resourcefulness, and Repositioning for Success. Let me provide you some background on how the blog post came about. I had recently heard a phrase, we are living in uncertain times. That was followed up by, you never know what's going to happen. And then it continued, how can we have certainty when the times around us are uncertain? How can we have confidence when things around us seem to be falling apart? Whether we're leading others or ourselves, how do we get unstuck and move forward? These were a few things that I have been pondering based on several interactions and conversations that I had. How do we maintain stability when so many systems around us display their instability? These questions are impacted by the filters in which we view life, circumstances, and situations. Feelings of being unstuck or uncertain are based on our state. These feelings are indications of our state, and we are usually in an unresourceful state when we feel this way. Being totally transparent, how do we not let everything going on outside of us impact us on the inside? What happens when you've done all you can do? We can intentionally build our resilience, develop our resourcefulness, and strategically reposition ourselves for success. This prompted me to do a four-part series discussing resilience, resourcefulness, and repositioning for success for personal, professional, leadership, and organizational development. Today, I will discuss the fourth and last part of the series. I will focus on personal development regarding resilience, resourcefulness, and repositioning for success. So the first area we're going to discuss is resilience. According to Dr. Unger, who does a lot of work focusing on resilience, two important and critical elements of resilience is having resources, either individual or collective, and then the mindset, what the individual or group of individuals are thinking and also how they think. Having access to resources can help people to pivot, grow, adapt, and be resilient because they have the things necessary to assist them in the process of being resilient. What and how you think is a powerful part of your resilience. A positive mindset can be the difference between how we react versus how we respond. Our mindset gives us the ability to shift our perception or what we think, such as what can I do allows versus what has happened to me can create a whole different narrative and opportunity for resilience in a variety of life circumstances and situations that you may encounter and how you might experience it. So, how does someone incorporate building resilience personally or in their personal development? Based on the definition and the components necessary to build resilience from Dr. Unger, it's critical that we have accessible resources available to us in our personal development. Investing in continuous education, development, and training helps build your resilience by allowing you to access resources that enhance and expand what and how you think, which impacts and influences your ability to be resilient. Pause. What happens is when you have the resources to shift how you think and the way you think, it allows you to become more resilient in how you respond. A great example of this is individuals who are investing in resources such as coaching, life or wellness coaching to make changes in their overall life or wellness or well being, investing resources like mentoring, books, online resources that promote wellness, success, but also skill development so that they can be more skilled in being resilient. Now that we talked about resilience, let's talk about resourcefulness. It's imperative for people to have resources to be more resilient, but it's just as important that personally we learn to be more resourceful. Resourcefulness is not based on having resources, but has to do with our ability personally to tap into the resourcefulness within ourselves to navigate situations, circumstances, environments, and life more effectively, efficiently, and successfully. First, let's focus on how states impact how resourceful we are personally. States is referring to our state of being, which impacts our energy and how we show up, in some situations, how we don't show up for that matter. States can refer to a positive or resourceful state, which creates productivity and positive results, or being in a negative or unresourceful state or stuck state, which leads to lack of productivity and the results that we don't want. We also focus on our ability. When we talk about our ability here, it's our ability, our recognition, and our skills to access and use our inner resources. How we can be resourceful by shifting our states to better serve us. Then we focus on capacity, enhancing, maximizing, and increasing the amount, efficiency, and use of our inner resources. And we've already discussed mindset, but we want to also add that in here when we talk about resourcefulness. Mindset is expanding our way of thinking personally to improve, problem solve, use critical thinking, and change and impact our results intentionally, purposefully, and strategically. And then we want to talk about our skill set. We must have skills to be resourceful. Enhancing our skills and skill sets to be more resourceful in navigating situations and circumstances. And lastly, our tool set. Having the right tools for the right jobs helps to develop our resourcefulness. Knowing not only having tools in your toolbox, but when and how to use those tools effectively and efficiently helps us in being more resourceful. We've talked about resilience and resourcefulness. Now let's talk about repositioning. Lastly, we're going to talk about repositioning for success in our personal development. Repositioning is all about how we use information, learning new information, unlearning old information that no longer serves us, and relearning information to repurpose it and how we use it for our success. Personally, this may happen through your investment individually. The purpose here is how we process and use information personally. It changes the trajectory of our impact, of how we show up, and how we create space, opportunities, relationships, interactions, and overall success of how information is communicated to us, through us, and for us. Acquiring information and communicating, it impacts and influences how we function, how we operate, and also the results that we get. This is how learning, unlearning, and relearning assist us in repositioning ourselves for our success. Now let's talk about implementation and putting the information that we just discussed into practice. I'll use myself in the work that I do to assist with understanding how implementation works and can be effective. Personal development includes education, development, and training that are interconnected. For example, I provide training that focuses on self-awareness, self-education, and self-mastery. This helps individuals or groups to see their value and worth first, then how it translates into their personal life and different aspects in different areas of their personal life. It also helps to build resilience, develop resourcefulness, and shift their mindset and perspective to impact and influence their performance and results. I also provide tools and resources that help individuals or groups focus on the inside to get results on the outside, which enhances their personal development. I do this through a variety of tools such as journals, progress trackers, and books that help with goal setting, action planning, and also monitoring results, which helps to make shifts, changes, or improvements in their personal development. This is instrumental in effectively navigating a life and wellness. I provide unique opportunities for individuals and groups, such as coaching. This could be life coaching, wellness coaching, relaxation coaching, mentoring, facilitating groups to be a part of a like minded community to strategically expand their ability and capacity to enhance their skill set, shifting their mindset, and using those tools that we talked about previously within a supportive community to more effectively navigate personally and enhancing and creating a more robust personal development for that individual. For additional information on products, programs, and services, please contact us. Robert Wilson Consulting, Wilson Global Outreach Solutions at www.wilsongos.com, Global Solutions Education and Training Academy, or if you're looking for books, on our author website at www.drrobertlwilsonjr.com.